Welcome back, everybody. He is the founder and head chef of Greenleaf Gourmet Chopshop. Please welcome Chef John Rollo.
Hello, John.
I would like to thank you for being here and thank you for cooking for us.
Oh, yeah,
but I would like to take a moment to take credit for all of us here at Home and Family for being a matchmaker to the one and only $1 million matchmaker, Patti Stranger, and yourself.
She's got good taste.
Apparently, you two have a love connection, but you've never met.
That's correct, yeah.
Until today. Tell me.
No, so we've learned over time that Patti really loves Greenleaf and eats our food and, believes, as I do, that eating clean and healthfully will lead to a better life, right, at the end.
I lost 15 pounds, like in the last 6 weeks because of him.
Wow.
Wow.
I live on Greenleaf.
It's been a fun time to get to meet her today and just.
I love that we can bring people together.
Yeah,
It's phenomenal.
One steak at a time.
Can you do the worm? Can you do the worm?
We'll teach you.
I mean, I'm gonna have to learn, but I'm a quick learner.
Okay, good.
So your philosophy, your restaurant's all about fresh,
It is.
green ingredients, basically farm to table. So for people at home who don't know what farm table is, what is it?
Great. So, Greenleaf was founded on the idea that we bring in the highest quality possible product, and I believe that it is a local, for Greenleaf, our standard is within 60 miles, and it has to be picked that same day or the day before, and it's just led to the best, as you can see, product that is just fresh and bright and clean and really healthy. These are some of the gardens at the restaurants. All the locations have really neat gardens, and it showcases kind of a seasonal vegetable or fruit, and it's just beautiful.
So when you say farm to table, it's in 60 miles, like you said. Now, I'm going to say something here. Mark could give you a run for your money because when he says farm to table, he literally grew up on a farm. He would go out, he would get the chicken.
We would shoo the chicken off the nest, take the egg still warm. We would take the milk right from the cow.
There's nothing like that.
Wow.
That is just.
And put it right on the table.
had no
There's nothing like that. I mean,
appreciation of
there's no better quality of product that you can get from actually doing that. But in LA, it's a little impossible to actually farm in your backyard.
John,
so.
try New Jersey, man.
Yeah, right.
And you probably,
and
I don't know.
to that end, I got a Snapchat from my girlfriend this morning. We got our first tomato on the roof.
There you go.
All the credit goes to her, but
Right, but I don't know what kind of permitting you need to have chicken and cow on the roof.
no, I didn't want to go that route.
Okay, today we are making a flat iron steak with a Jimmy Crack corn salad, and I don't care.
There we go. So
Tell
who
me
doesn't
about
love
it.
grilling, during the summer? Today we are featuring a flat iron steak. This is a great chef steak. It's a butcher cut. It might be hard for people to get in store, but I love it because it's got just the perfect amount of marbling. It's not too fatty, but if you can't find this cut, again, a flat iron, you can go with a ribeye, you can go with a tri-tip. And today we're gonna just do a really simple seasoning on it. So a little bit of olive oil right on top.
Why is this difficult to get?
It's a tough cut to get, and it's really lean. It's not that common in stores.
Okay.
I'm just gonna rub the oil in here.
That's true. You always see flat iron steak at a restaurant. You don't really see it at the grocery store.
Well, for what it is, it takes a lot of prepping, and it might be maybe too much prep for people at home. So it's actually nice that we have this on the wax paper so it can flip really easily. And all I'm gonna do is a little bit of salt and pepper because that'll bring out the great flavors. And I mean, I think you can hear from the silence over that table that they're enjoying it.
I was going to say Greenleaf is misleading. There's got to be something about a brown cow in there because this steak is so tender. It's like melting in your mouth.
So tender.
Amazing.
But that's the whole point, right? So it's supposed to be highest quality ingredients that you just really don't have to do that much to. And that's the philosophy, right? So if you just showcase these kind of quality products, you don't have to cover it in all kinds of seasonings. Now, I'm not saying that adding rubs or additional spices are a bad thing. I mean, some of my favorite, would be a rosemary garlic or maybe a porcini mushroom with some spice. But for this steak and for our purpose today, just have a nice, light, clean meal. That's really all it's going to take. I'm going to season both sides, and then we're going to throw it on the grill.
So what is it about the food that Patti is now eating where you lost 15 pounds? Was it just healthier food? Was it?
He only uses organic, and he doesn't use a million ingredients.
No preservatives.
Yeah, everyth's super clean and fresh. So
he
the
has
point
an
is,
almond chicken that I'm obsessed with.
the point is to have a high quality meal that's substantial and fills you up without being gluttonous and without weighing you down.
So what about the parents out there that want to start their children eating fresh, eating healthy before it turns into a problem because childhood obesity and things like that, or a problem because there's so much food out there that isn't great for us? What do you say to them?
Oh, absolutely. And I have to thank my parents for setting me on this path because very, very early on, they had a garden box outside that, each of us as siblings were responsible for, and it was really fun. You ready for this?
Yeah, throw that on there and keep talking.
So, that's what started me, and I would recommend the same thing. I mean, it should be an experience, and kids love doing stuff. They love getting their hands dirty, and that's what this show is all about. So getting in there and doing it yourself and seeing it grow. And I mean, look how excited a professional got about his first tomato of the season.
Yeah.
Now imagine a kid seeing that for the first time, and you know, they're used to seeing it in grocery stores where it's just all there in front of them, but then when they see it grow and they see it turn red and it's all of a sudden exploding in their mouth with flavor and juice, it's the best thing. And when we teach our classes at Greenleaf, you see these kids just light up and this bulb goes off.
Okay, tell me about these classes.
It's so great. You know, we have small classes all the time that are focused on showing kids exactly what we're doing in the restaurant, and they pot stuff, and whether it's an herb or a little vegetable, and then they see them grow, and you saw from the pictures, it's a seasonal thing, so it happens all the time, and they see one thing come and go and how we use it, and it's great because it teaches them where the food's coming from and what quality to look for.
Well, I know where my food's coming from. It's coming from that grill right now.
Yep,
So
yep.
how long does it have to be on
the
each
grill's
side?
been seasoned so that it'll pick up really nicely when it's ready, but we're waiting for the meat to coagulate so that it'll just flip really easy. We're gonna leave it for 4 or 5 minutes on each side, depending on the heat. This is direct heat, so
Okay.
it's a little sensitive. If you wanna have a good sear, you can use an indirect heat. We could put a cast iron or even tin foil on there. But for, you know, look, it's a great charcoal grill. It's
I love a
outdoors.
charcoal
We're
grill.
loving the smell. We're loving the heat. I mean, and who doesn't want to make s'mores off of this afterwards?
Yeah.
So we're gonna let that go.
And we'll just swap
we've
that
got
out
one
over there.
that we've already done. We're
John,
gonna
you do
swap it out.
organic
Thanks.
s'mores as well?
Absolutely.
He also grows his own marshmallows. We're gonna do that next.
No joke. We seriously have made our own marshmallows.
That's
and,
amazing.
It's been pretty good. Now I'm gonna use my hands. They're good and clean.
No,
but
it's fine.
Basically, I'm gonna go against the grain and cut on a diagonal or a bias.
Okay.
And that will give you a nicer, thinner cut that will show a little bit of the marbling, and you can see how that's coming out. So it's really good. And just hold your fingertips back so there's no human element
Flesh.
in there.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I have one question for you.
Yeah.
I think we've all been there when we're grilling.
Yep.
I overcook the outside.
Yeah.
And my wife always yells at me. She's like, "Oh, the outside's burnt." You know.
Get it,
Is what
get it.
I mean, of course, everyone. I know the rule. If you touch the meat on your hand,
Yeah.
that's how you figure it out. But is there anything else when you have the meat on the grill? Start out at a very low temp, work it up, keep turning it up when you have that direct heat.
So for meat specifically, for
Yes.
steak specifically, I would usually start with a really high heat.
High heat.
And you sear it, right? And then you move it to a place that is a little bit less heat. So commonly, I will put it on the grill, sear it really heavy, and then put it into an oven that's very controlled.
Okay.
Right, and that'll
Got
give
it.
you the best moisture.
Got it.
And that controls the entire experience.
Yeah.
So
That's
it helps it settle and rest. Now, what we didn't talk about so far is this meat that we'd already done had been resting for about 5 minutes, and that's why you don't see tons of juices spilling out. If you cut it too soon, all of the juice will flow out and it leaves the steak. So obviously it's not as juicy.
Sure.
So you know
this
what?
is really,
This
really
is
well
delicious.
rested.
It's juicy, and the Jimmy Crack corn salad. We'll put that on the website
I do
because this
care.
meat is too
I
good.
do care, by
We
the
all
way.
care.